favorite Pilates routine that I'm doing right now for my workout. It's going to be pretty much a mixture of different things for the lower belly, for the legs, and then a little bit for the shoulders, working on some shoulder stability and upper back strength. We'll start out down on the mat, and we'll do some of my favorite ab moves that I'm working on right now. So start out with the legs up to the ceiling, and then we're going to drop one leg down. Take the hands to the back of the head, twist yourself towards your top leg, and then extend the opposite arm. So you're reaching past that leg. It starts with a really good contraction there, and then we're going to lift and lower the other leg. Staying as stable as you can and keep reaching up through these fingers. We inhale, lower the leg, exhale, raise the leg. And just keep reaching, keep that good strong contraction going out past the top leg. Okay, one more. Back to center, drop the other leg down. Give it a good twist and then extend the opposite hand. And start to raise and lower that leg. Inhale, exhale. And while the other leg is going up and down, keep this leg long. Keep reaching it up toward the ceiling. Get a good toe point. Fold it in, and back into the middle, and give it a little rock. Okay, the next one we'll do are the scissors, which is a pretty classic Pilates move, but I really like it. So we'll do a few slow rounds, just pulling the leg, get a little stretch, and then do a controlled switch. Pull and switch. And of course, when you do that pull, you're not yanking your leg really hard, you're just helping it to come back just a bit farther. Lengthen your hamstring. Okay, now the part that I really like is when we speed it up and lower the arms down. So we'll take the arms to the mat and switch real quick. Alright, almost done. There we go. So you don't have to do that one very long before you feel it, but it's very good at grounding down and stabilizing through the lower belly. Okay. Take the legs up toward the ceiling, drop the hands down on the side. We're going to open, squeeze, reverse crunch. So you're just lifting your toes straight up toward the ceiling on that. Open, close, reverse crunch. Try to go up as straight as you can rather than coming toward your head. And work on keeping your shoulders down. Try to keep them relaxed. Fold the knees in, give them a squeeze. And then we'll do another classic Pilates move, which I think is awesome for the legs, which is the leg circle. Down, out and up. And we'll hold the hips stable because we want to ground down through the core. This one gives you a really nice shape to your inner thigh. Helps to wrap those muscles around. Okay, let's switch it out and up. Make sure as the leg goes out, this hip doesn't peel up. Keep it really flat. Okay, last one. Lower that side down. And then switch the hands. Keep that opposite hip anchored. And for this one, we inhale as we go down, exhale as we pull it up. Inhale, exhale. Let's switch out and then straight up through the midline. And this is the last one. Pull the legs back. Okay, now we'll do some glutes to let the legs rest a little bit. And we're going to come up into a bridge. So plant the feet down, make sure that they're hip distance apart. Drop the lower back down and then roll up. And just keep in mind, this is a really straight bridge compared to yoga where we press the hips all the way up and try to lift into an arch. We're just trying to go straight, shoulders to hips, hips to knees. And then we start to pulse up and squeeze. Keep the inner thighs working, keep the outer hips working. Keep pressing the feet, especially the heels, down into the mat. And then we'll start to change up the foot position to hit different spots in the thigh. We'll go into the heels and lift. And then switch onto the toes. And same thing. Pulse up, squeeze all the muscles around the thigh. To put the feet flat, and we're going to rock the knees open, roll to the outside of your foot, squeeze the knees in, press into the big toe. So you're kind of rolling back and forth on your foot. Make sure your foot doesn't stay planted as you move the knees, or else there's going to be a little bit of pull. Open, squeeze. Now as you're doing this squeeze, keep the hips high to make sure you don't start to sag down. And then you'll really start to feel it on those hip stabilizers on your rotators. Okay, I'll do a couple more. Back in center, roll it down, pull the knees in. Alright, we're not done with the bridge yet. So put the feet down, tip the hips back, ground through the lower belly, and roll it up into your bridge. So we'll take the right knee into the chest, keep the hips level, make sure you don't drop off to the side. We're going to go kick, kick, kick. On the fourth one, hold it up and we lower and lift. 2, 3, and then we go out to the side and up. That's the hard one. Good. Kick, kick, kick. We dip to the front. And we dip to the side. Okay, one more round. 1, 2, 3. Lower. And then out to the side. Alright, lower it down for a second. Shake it out. And then we'll switch. Kick, kick, kick. Lower. And then out to the side. Trying to keep everything else as still as you can when you do these. 2, 3, and side, 1, 2, 3. Alright, last one. Kick for 3. Dip front. And side. Okay. Lower that one down. So now the legs have had it pretty good. We'll go back to working on the abs a little bit. We'll do my favorite of the floor work for my abs. Put the roll over there so it don't knock it over. So we're going to do a helicopter crunch. We open, spin and cross, spin and cross. And you might have to modify depending on your hips. If you get real crunchy through your hips, you might want to go a little smaller. You don't want a lot of snapping going on when you open it out really wide. Couple more. Keep that lower belly dropped. And back into center. Good. Sway the knees. Then we'll straighten the legs out and get ready for the roll up. This is one of the best ways to scoop and flatten that lower belly. It's really hard to get to. Take your inhale, exhale, start to scoop and roll. Drop back, drop back, drop back. Scoop even more as you stretch to the front. Roll it up, stack everything. And then start to scoop from the low belly as you roll it back down. And get the body really long. And then roll it back up. Try to squeeze your thighs together too, get a little extra work through your legs. Stack it and roll it back down. Really scoop. We want to make sure that we're not pooching out. Like you're diving into it and then you lift back up. Yeah, let's do one more because I'm starting to scoop back. Okay. Swing the legs over to the side and back. You can move around to hands and knees. And then lower down onto the forearms. Spread the hands really wide. Take the knees back and up off the mat. We'll come into forearm plank. And we have to try to brace the shoulders onto the back of the rib cage and get the body really long. Reach crown of the head forward and heels back. Draw the lower belly in, but without trying to hike the hips up. And exhale, drop your hips down. We're going to come over to the side. And this is one of the ones that I've been working on to stabilize my shoulders, protect my rotator cuff a little bit. I'm going to ground my elbow right underneath my shoulder, take my legs out, and then just lift the hips. Try to pull out of my shoulder joint as much as I can so I'm not sinking down into it. Lower the hip down but stay high on the shoulder. And then press up. Lower but stay lifted out of the shoulder. We'll do a couple more like that. Get as straight as you can. Lower it down, take a resting breath. Let's do one more. Okay. And then we'll swing it over to the other side. And this side is a little harder for me. This is my weaker shoulder, so I might not stay as long here, but you work to your comfort level. But start lifted at the shoulder. Make sure you're not slumping down into it. That's where that stability comes from, learning to hold that position. And then we'll lift the hips. Lower down but stay high on the shoulder. Take that nice slow breath in between each set. Once you feel like you're losing that control, if you feel like you're starting to sink down into the shoulder, then definitely take a rest because you want to keep perfect form when you're doing these. Okay, I think I can do one more on this side. Alright, good. Give the arms a nice little shake. Roll the shoulders up and back to keep the upper back really loose. And then we'll take the legs out front. And the hands behind you so we can come into reverse plank. Squeeze your inner thighs together, start to lift your chest, and come right up off the floor. Try to press the heart and the hips up toward the ceiling so you get a good lift. And then on your exhale, lower it down. So if you have a roll, you can use your roll or even your half roll. If not, roll up a towel and put that along the front of the mat. It'll do kind of a similar sort of thing, but this is definitely worth getting. I think mine was like $12 or $13. So it's not really one of the fancy ones, but there's a lot of different things that I do with this. I'm going to start with my arms straight out and my fingers spread really wide. roll down into it. And then I lift and pull back, and I'm pushing down with my hands. So I feel this strong contraction across my upper back. And it's stabilizing all the muscles around my shoulder joint. Roll it down. Get a little stretch. Inhale, lift it back up. Try to get as lifted and long as you can through your upper back. Lower. And lift. Come up for one more. Feeling that strength in the back muscles, that stability around the shoulders, and get some length through your neck. Reach back even longer through your toes, so it's the whole body expanding out from the edges. Exhale, roll it down, release your arms. Into the hands, and then come back up into sitting. So that's pretty much the main things that I'm working in my personal Pilates routine right now. I'm also doing a lot of stuff on the roll, so keep an eye out for a video just showing you some of the things that I'm working on with my Pilates roll and my half roll. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.